Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Young Savage here, back at it again with another video. And today I am joined by,
Fire Monkey 469.
and today, guys, we are going to be giving y'all a review of the movie Aquaman, the latest part or whatever in the DC cinematic universe. So, Fire Monkey, go ahead and give them the basic rundown of the plot.
All right, guys. So basically, the story starts off with our hero, of course, Aquaman. We kind of see him in his world, of course, what he's doing. He starts off by saving these people in a submarine. From there, we follow him defeating what's going to become the future Black Manta, and then we see what is like the beginnings of the underwater world. The Atlantis and all the other kingdoms that are there. They start like planning to attack the surface world, and so basically, Mera reaches out to Aquaman. Tells him, "Hey, when you come through, we need a king." And so basically, the story follows Aquaman and Mera trying to find the trident, of the original king of Atlantis, so that way they can defeat Or, I believe his name was, and along with the other Atlanteans, so they could stop, war from with the underwater world and the surface world. Along the way, they do encounter Atlantis again. There's a couple of tussles in between Or and Aquaman, along with some other jazz going down, of course. So that's basically the basics of the story. I didn't want to get too in depth into it. Like, if y'all want to see more, of course, go ahead and watch it. So how about you go ahead and start us off with what you enjoyed about the movie, Young Savage?
All right, so I actually did think this was a really good movie, in my opinion. Like, I'd probably put it in my top three of the DC cinematic universe or whatever they're calling it these days, like the worlds of DC, right?
Yeah.
Uh, but one thing that off the top thought was good was the CGI like little Atlantis world. The way they made the underwater like world that they had created look just was really nice to me, and all the animals were just done really well. The sharks and I don't know all the fishes and stuff that they had under there. I really liked just the way that they had made them seem. Like I said in a podcast before, I really like the Jungle Book and movies like that where they like really nail animals and CGI because I don't know, it just makes it look so realistic. Like it makes me like almost feel like I'm in the movie because I don't know. I feel like I have something with animals. I don't know that I kind of like them for some reason. I don't know, but it makes me more like movies whenever they CGI some animals in and they just look really good. So that was one thing that I really liked. One thing that I surprisingly kind of liked, I don't know if like Fire Monkey did or other people, was like whenever I first seen the the pictures, the leaked pictures of him in his new suit, I was like, that looks kind of corny. But in the
Yeah.
actual movie, like I kind of liked it. Like I don't know why, cause like I guess cause his normal suit is kind of just like black and gray, or not black and gray, but it's just kind of like it's like
It's like a
gold
dark. Yeah, it's
and
like a
like some
dark green and
green,
like a dark.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, it kind of made me like, yeah, I rather like I like whenever they try to use this for some reason better than like just staying everything dark like they done in the past. Like for some reason, like well, Batman, I'm cool with being dark, but like I kind of didn't like that they were trying to make everybody seem super dark. So switching it up and they're like, hey, let's give him a more comic, somewhat accurate suit. For some reason in the movie, it actually like was something I did like. Other than that, I mean, there were some parts that were a little confusing. I'll probably talk about that later, but I think those were like two big points that I like. I'll let you say some stuff that you like now, Fire Monkey.
Uh, yeah. So basically, I did like the same things as you. I appreciated this. Before I even went into the theater, actually, the person that was taking our tickets was like telling me how it's very visually impressive. The CGI looks really nice. The colors, I really like how they made Atlantis look along with the other kingdoms there. The CGI they used for the animals, like you said, the fishes and stuff, a lot of the creatures, and even like the lighting and effects are really well made. So I really did appreciate that. Like you said as well, the suit did like surprisingly look good. Like, cause the first time I did see it, I was like, I don't know how I'm feeling. Like bright orange. Like I feel like in a animated type thing or a comic, like that's fine. Bright colors. But I feel like bright colors usually like in real life they don't look as good. And so when I first saw like posters
Yeah.
and like revealed pictures, I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling the suit. But like honestly, it didn't even look that bad whenever I watched the movie. So another thing that I did like about it, was it was a fun movie. You typically with DC movies are a little more, darker, more toned out. I know Justice League tried doing a little more like comedy, but like we're gonna talk about Justice League no more. But yeah, I really did appreciate some of the comedy that Aquaman had of trying to be more of a fun film. It is a superhero film. I think I like that it took advantage of that fact that hey, this is a fun comic superhero film. Let's try and make it more comic-y, in that way. So I did appreciate that as well. And along with that, I did like the action and some of the fights he had. Aquaman with Black Manta, the whole scene they had in like the desert area, when they were having the little chase down scene there, and like the fights they had underwater. Those are the things that I like, for me personally, of course. So, what are some things you might have like disliked there? Unless you have any more likes you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, I did. One thing came up to me whenever you were talking was I did like the way they set up Black Mana. He seemed pretty interesting of a character. His dad tragically had to bite the bullet, but I don't know. Setting him up was kind of cool. Like that, like and sometimes in movies, like right away we'll get the villain introduced in that movie, and then like he's an OG, but it's like he's kind of like he's still like he's not a super villain yet. He's just a normal guy, and right now he's trying to like I don't know. He got the suit from the Atlanteans, and he's still like on his way to becoming more of a super villain. Right now he's like in his early stages, So I thought that was really cool. Hoping to see more from Black Manta and Aquaman too. We probably will, so that's all good.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be the main villain, honestly. But it'll be interesting to see how they make him more of a main villain. See what his plan's gonna be to fight
Yeah,
Aquaman.
yeah. So yeah, I just hope that basically they just continue to build more on his like story or whatever, his character. They develop it more.
Yeah, I feel you, bro.
But yeah, going on to the bad parts, I think the only like I don't know about the only, but one of the bad things that I did see was I kind of thought some parts were like I don't know, like maybe cheesy, kind of a little bit like the way they would try to do some stuff, like some jokes and stuff were a little. Some of them were like a little cheesy, or some things in some moments were like, and like I don't know, you're trying too much to be a funny movie or something at this point. Yeah, maybe you're trying too much to be like Marvel at this point. Like, just do your own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was the main thing. Like some points would throw me off a little bit with like whenever they just try too hard a little bit. I'm not sure about anything else. What were you thinking were some bad points in the movie?
So yeah, that's one of my main things as well. I just didn't like I said like one of my I know it's funny because one of my likes was that it was funny and they did have like a lot of funny things. But again, like one of the dislikes is that they try to be too funny at times. Like for example, one scene, whenever Orm or whatever goes to give Black Manta like his suit, Black Manta's gonna go like he goes ahead and like fixes it up and changes it so it looks more like the actual Black Manta suit because originally it's just like a regular Atlantean like warrior suit. So like it's kind of a weird switch. So where like it's not like a super serious scene, but just kind of like all right, I'm gonna need you to carry out this mission type thing, and then it immediately cuts to like some out of nowhere montage of Black Manta fixing the suit with like comedy and stuff in the background. So to me,
Yeah,
personally, didn't feel like it fit like it, and all of a sudden it switches to something that's more comedic. And I feel like if the movie was more comedic in general, like kind of like Thor Ragnarok, then that makes sense. But I feel
yeah,
like it go from like it switches tones too differently. And when it tries to be funny, it can be very cheesy at times. So that's one of my main complaints. And the script as well, like some of the lines didn't sound that well or natural. Another complaint of mine was the romance between Mera and Aquaman. Like I thought it was cool, but I mean like from the moment like Mera popped up, I was like, oh okay, like I see what they're trying to do. Like I mean I know it's like something that's in the comics as well, but like you knew they were gonna force it. Like it didn't feel like a natural like progression of their relationship.
yeah. I can
Um,
feel you on that.
Aside from like the cheesiness and like the tone shift that I feel like the movie had at times that didn't really quite fit in my opinion, and the like forced romance, I thought it was pretty good to be honest. But yeah, those are really my only complaints. Overall, I did it enjoy it. It's probably I don't know if I'd say my favorite DC film, but it's probably the best made DC film next to Wonder Woman for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even personally, maybe we'll eventually this year come out with the ranking on those. But maybe after Shazam comes out, whenever that is. But
Expecting good things for that movie for sure.
yeah, I don't know. It just to me it gave me like a new insight on the DC films. Like if they like try to like not be too dark all the time and like not make it too realistic and just do their own thing. Like this was like a very like I don't know, kind of like they tested something. It was good. Just try not to don't try too hard. You know.
Yeah, I think this is a good, definitely a good step for the the DC movies.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're like aside from Shazam. I don't really know what's gonna be. I don't know. Like, I've heard some rumors about Batman starting production sometime this year. But as of the moment, there's not many DC films coming out. Not like Marvel, where they got like 3 films a year type thing.
Yeah.
But I do think this movie was a good step in the right direction. It's good to be dark, but I think making a comic book movie way too dark, it doesn't really fit, especially for something like comic booky.
Yeah.
And so I do think trying to add a little more lightness, a little more heart to these movies is really going to benefit them in the future when they make other movies like Shazam, and then hopefully a Batman movie in the future, maybe a Superman sequel. But yeah. So what would you go ahead and rate this movie out of 5?
Yeah. So I had some time to think about it, and at first I was thinking like, oh, I think I like Aquaman a little bit better than Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Money?
Uh, Shut up. But then I did have a chance to watch them both twice, and I think that I either like them like kind of equally or like Aquaman a little bit less. So I'd probably give it the same. I think I gave it a Spider-Man a 4.3. I'd probably give Aquaman the same just because I really like the way they made everything look. Like I don't know what it is with the way like they like movies will get CGI, but sometimes it just like connects with me, and I really like the way it connected. But I think the overall like story and stuff and everything was better in Spider-Man. But just that like I'm not the hugest fan of like animated movies. Like I don't down them, but like I don't know, just the way the Aquaman movie looked just really like made me enjoy it. Like I'd watch it like more times. But I think the overall story and everything that like Spider or Miles Morales went through was like better. So yeah, I'd probably give it a 4.3.
Boy, yeah. So like I said, I did appreciate the CGI, the looks of it all, the action was all good, and some of the jokes were great as well. But me personally, I still think, I mean, obviously, like this video isn't like to compare the two movies.
Yeah.
But I did put Spider Verse. I still put Spider Verse above Aquaman, even though like I've only seen Aquaman once. I don't feel like a second watch is really gonna sway my opinion. And so for me personally, by weighing the dislikes, the things that I dislike and the things that I like, I'd personally go ahead and give it like a 3.5 tridents out of 5. But that's me.
Boy. So yeah, guys, I think that's our basic review of the movie. I hope you did get something out of this. If you haven't seen the movie, I'd say you should go watch it. It's a nice addition in the DCU universe.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. If you haven't checked that out. I know like this review is obviously coming out a couple weeks after it's come out, so I'm sure most of you have. But if you haven't, I'd go ahead and check it out, even if you're kind of skeptical, just so see for yourself the visuals in general. I think that's the main thing y'all should go watch it for, aside from the other things that it's good in.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, guys, I think that is gonna be all for today. I don't know if we really say this in a lot of other videos, but we do have a Discord link down below if you'd like to join that and talk to us or whatever, or join the podcast. And we have a Patreon if you'd like to donate to us, help us get farther in our YouTube journey. But I think that is all the time we have for today, guys. So if you did like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating.